It'd help if you put it the right way around, wouldn't it? Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So yeah, part two. Managed to get a rubber for it now, so literally went down our local scrapyard. That's what I love about scrapyards. Yeah, went to the scrapyard. I think it's Ford Focus, so it might work, it might not. I'm gonna put the rubber seal on, and it was the sideward seal, so it sits on basically, and you've got the rubber seal there. So fingers crossed that works, because it had literally 2 sets of rubbers from a Ford Focus at the scrapyard, cost me a £5, absolute bargain. So fingers crossed they work. I've just marked up where the hinges are going. Okay, so I'm going to drill the hinges now. Hopefully you've already seen part 1, and you can see, I'll show you the hinges a little bit closer now. So yeah, you can see the grease nipple on there. So once it's been weathered and you know we've been through mud and everything like that, and we wash her all down, then it's just another nipple to grease. Guys, if you like the video as well, give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell notification, and leave us a comment. If you want to support the channel as well, I've set up Buy Me a Coffee. There's a link in the description down below. Buy us a coffee, support the channel, much appreciated. So there you go, I had 1 hinge on, guys. Show you what I'm using. Obviously you've seen the hinges. These were on eBay, and I think I said in part 1 they are for a horse box trailer. So yeah, obviously you want them half decent. You can buy cheap, nasty Chinese crap if you want. It's up to you. You do what you want to do. I'm just doing this. Hopefully it gives you some ideas and you can crack on. Just went down to Wicks because I went to Screwfix, which is probably cheaper and things like that in the UK. I went down to Wicks so I could see what I was actually buying, because that's the thing that I like to do as well. It's an M6, okay, I can't remember, what was it? It was 30mm as well, which is more than enough. I'll show you that in a minute, because you've actually got to go through, obviously, the top of the body as well. Yeah, absolutely pucker. I could probably lean on that now, so I'm just going to get them in, so I can get the position where I need to be marking up for the actual bit of alley that's going to go on there at the same time. So just a little note as well, guys, hopefully you can see that. I'm using, basically I couldn't get hold of the anti-theft ones, so I'll just use these. I'm going to double nut it on the back, and fingers crossed nobody gets in. Like I said before, if somebody wants to get in, they'll get in. It's just a bit of an anti-deterrent of people getting in if they want to get in, sort of thing. So there we go, guys. I've just put the rubber in. I don't know whether I like it or not, to be fair. Where is it? Where's the offcut? So see the rubber, how it goes on, and then the window will compress, hopefully compress that down. Maybe. If I don't like it, I'll change it, because it's a nice easy thing to change. But pushed it into all the corners. Yeah, so I pushed it into the corners. See how it sits. Try and mark it up. You could do with 2 people, I think, really, to be doing this. So my glamorous assistant is not here today. And a couple of hours. Go under there, that's where it'll be. It'd help if you put it the right way around, wouldn't it? And then what I'm going to do is just gauge roughly the same gap all the way around. So try and let's go that way. Right, stand back. Let's have a gander. See what it's like. Yeah, it's about the time they've pushed it in. Yeah, I don't know whether I like that rubber, guys, or not, to be fair. It'll do for now. It'll do for me getting this marked up, but that's roughly about, there we go. That way it's slightly. about right. And what we're going to do is we'll do it with a marker pen as well. Jesus. But we have to use what we can use.
Side and through, no limit to what we can do.
Right, I'm gonna go the other side, attach them, bit bigger washer so it spreads the weight a little bit. They're a bit excessive, the length of them, so they'll end up being cut off and stuff like that anyway, so yeah, fingers crossed. Nearly got winter. Yeah, really don't like that rubber. But you'll see what I've been doing. As you can see, bolts are a little bit excessive, but I'm going to double nut it, Loctite it, and then we'll buzz them off quickly there. It's just what I could pick up at the moment, you know what I mean? So, and I wanted to get this video out for you guys. So, I mean, the plan is, guys, we're going to get it all set out how it should be. It's all coming back off, it's all getting resprayed and stickered up anyway, but there's probably other ways of doing it. I'm just doing it this way. Alright, if it gives anybody any ideas, then great. If you want to do it yourself, then you've got something to go by. Boom. Right guys, different day. Obviously they're up and on, and it's exactly where I want it, give or take. There's a little bit here which I'm not happy about, but we'll trim that back after. As you can see, I've already got the latches drawn out and the holes drilled, ready to cut out. I'll show you the inside, a little bit of a close-up. As I said about the bigger washer on there, just to help spread the weight. Might change them, I'll say it's coming off to get sprayed, and we'll see what goes back on with them. Took the rubber off as well. It was really getting on my nerves and I didn't like it, and I've got one on order. So yeah, I think we'll whip this off. I'll just show you what I did for marking it out. So obviously you've seen the latches, so well, hopefully you can see it all right. That's the actual latch, got a little rubber seal to go on as well. So yeah, as for measuring it up, what we did is basically we took a mark, hopefully you can see it on here. We scratched a line where this sits here, just on here from the inside, measured it, and then what we did is just transferred that line to here, and that's where we wanted it to sit. So that was the bottom of the lock. But what we're doing is taking, if you can see that lock, we're actually taking this measurement, the actual inside. So don't be taking your outer one, because obviously you want to hide it. So we're taking that one, and yeah, let's see how it goes. So we've got one out, and yeah, had to make some modifications. So a bit of my window is coming out as well. So call it a bodge, call it whatever you want to call it, I don't care. It's gonna work. So yeah, on to the next one. So they're in, happy days. We've now just got to sort out the back side to this, so where it locks down and how they're actually going to lock down, but yeah, pretty happy with that. Welcome to the inside. So you can see it all properly now. Like I said before, these are a little bit excessive, but they do the job, nice and tight. That one's gone straight in. When you unlatch it at the other side, this sort of pops open. As I'm having a timber frame all this side, what I might do, I'm thinking about temporarily anyway for now to see how it goes, is this is going to have to come off here, and this side's going to have to come off, as we've got a problem with this one coming down and hitting that. It's direct line with it. Bad planning probably, but it is what it is. I wanted things so where these hinges finish, it's an exact measurement from there to there, and same there to there. And I wanted it matching, so after that's my autism kicking in. I want it exactly right, because if the gap's not right, it will bug me and I'll end up ripping it off in a temper. So yeah, somebody could say bad planning, but yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, that one's perfect, absolutely bang on, goes down. We're just going to put something obviously so it can attach there, and just kick that one out. But when that one comes back in, these two ends off, and I'll bring it back. So there we go, guys. That's probably part 2 done for today. I've got to the point where I can't do no more, so I'm still waiting on the rubber seals. Should hopefully tomorrow, next day. But you can see she's in. Got the rubber seals to do. Nice, easy little easy job. But bosh. There we go. Still got to cut them off, as you can see, and I've got to figure out on this side here somehow. Let me put that up there for now, so it's out of the way, and I've got 2 hands. So yeah, what my plan is obviously I've got to wait for the rubbers to get the seals on. To get the struts on. That's what I meant to say, because the strut positioning has got to be cock on. It really has. So what I'm hoping for is probably a bit of angle iron here, and yeah, it's positioning this exactly where I want it, and it's enough to come down. And obviously when it's opening, bit technical for my brain, do you know what I mean? Somebody else watching will probably be like, haha, just do it like this. But for my brain, it's going to take me a bit of thinking. But like I said, I need the rubbers first anyway, because that'll give me the final position of where it's actually going to sit. But yeah, I'm well happy with it. You know what I mean? Absolutely spot on. So once this is done, there is going to be a part 3, guys. I only wanted 2 parts to this, but I can't do much about it. I'm waiting on the rubbers. I won't leave it a week. As soon as I've got it on and got it all sprayed, because that's what part 3 is going to be, the actual finished product, so you get to see what it's going to be like. We'll get it sprayed. I'll etch primer. It's literally going the same as the rock sliders that are dirty down there, so it's just going to be a matte black finish really on it, just to match him, and then the graphics bloke can come in and do what he wants to do to it. But yeah, I need the rubbers on. Then we'll get it finally set where we want it. It'll all come back off. I'll etch primer it, spray it, and yeah, hopefully go from there. So guys, if you made it this far, stay tuned for part 3. All right, like I say, that'll be the finished product. You'll get a really good look of what it's going to be like. But yeah, for now, that's it for part 2. Like I say, stay tuned for part 3. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you're new and you like the channel. Bell notification, things like that. And like I said, if you want to support the channel, buy us a coffee. Links in the description.